This is the plaintiff, Salvatore. He says he was in a bad motorcycle accident, and the money-hungry defendant, his cousin's ex, let him live with her while he recovered. Once he got his settlement from the accident, she asked for a loan, which he gave her. He ended up moving out. The defendant refuses to return his things or his money, so he's suing her today for the $4,716 he's owed. This is the defendant, Geraldine. She says she took care of the plaintiff, nursed him back to health, and he promised her he'd give her $6,000 when he received a large settlement from his accident. He never loaned her any money. He abandoned his junk in her house, and he has some nerve suing her in court today. She's accused of taking advantage of an accident victim.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff got in a bad motorcycle accident, and his cousin's ex lived with her while he recovered. He loaned her money, and she stiffed him. But the defendant says he promised $6,000 after he got a settlement. It's the case of Harley Har Har.
Salvatore, you're suing Geraldine for $4,716 in a loan that you say you made to her and she won't repay. I need to understand the relationship between you. How do you two know each other?
Her son, related to my family, cousin.
Okay, what happened to you? Did you have an accident?
Yeah, I was in a bad accident.
What kind of accident?
Motorcycle accident.
Ugh. Were you wearing a helmet?
Yeah. Shattered broke my lower spine, shattered my pelvis, broke my femur, my hip.
Okay.
And it was laid up for a while.
How long a while?
About 7 months.
So at some point you end up living with her, correct?
Yes.
And how did that come about?
I was running short on money because I was borrowing into my settlement because obviously I couldn't work. So she allowed me to come stay with her for a short time until I got my settlement.
Did you ever discuss with her paying her for that?
Yeah, she said don't worry about it at the time. So then I went down to social services. They helped me out. They gave me, I think it was like $3-something, but it went directly to her.
$3-something a month or just one time?
$309 a month.
For rent?
Yeah. You know.
Okay. And you stopped living there when the settlement came in?
Yes.
All right. And when you talked to her about is it your idea for you to move in there? Or her idea?
I forgot how it went about. I think.
Do you remember?
I do.
How did it go down?
He was living in and out of motels, living in the car in front of his father's house. Nobody in his family would help him.
How come?
I don't want to get too far into why they wouldn't help him, but there have been issues in the past with him drinking and driving drunk and so on and so forth. And that was one of my stipulations. You cannot come to my house, no drugs, no drinking, nothing like that. I have kids. I'm a single mother with 3 kids. I said to him, listen, I have no problem helping you.
But were you charging him $6,000?
No, absolutely not.
Tell me about the $6,000.
Okay, so I'll tell you about that. So aside from staying with him while he had surgery, taking care of him.
Do you work?
I do.
So how did you stay with him when he had surgery?
Well, the day of the surgery, I'm saying while he was in the hospital. I stayed with him the whole time. He was very emotional. Again, as I said, he lost his mother. Nobody in his family was at the hospital when he had surgery. He told me multiple times, Jerry, cried on my shoulder, I promise you, nobody has stepped up to the plate. You're the only one that has helped me. I promise you, when I get my settlement, I will take care of you. I will give you $6,000, I said.
How does the figure of $6,000 come up?
Because originally it was going to be, he said probably 6 months before he got his settlement.
Okay.
Okay. Soon as he got his settlement, it was forget who I was. He took a duffel bag, walked out the door. I said, where are you going? He said, I'm leaving. I said, well, then take your stuff with you. No, I'm not going to do that right now. And out the door he went. When it was convenient for him, he wanted his stuff. I had no problem giving him back his stuff, but my rule then was I have to be present in my home when you come to my house. That's it. I wasn't holding his stuff hostage.
So where's his stuff?
Okay. He came 3 times to my home. Once with a U-Haul pickup truck to pick up stuff. Once I loaded up my entire vehicle and brought stuff to his home.
Where is the rest of his stuff that he didn't take?
Your Honor, I don't even know what he didn't take because it was in my back. Like I have like a carport in the backyard.
Can you just answer my question? What happened with the stuff he didn't take? Is it still there?
I don't know if he didn't finish taking his stuff. I did not follow him.
Do you see stuff that doesn't belong to you there?
I don't go in that carport at all.
Okay, and before court, you didn't go into the carport to see if other stuff that he's suing you for might be there? I don't get it.
You know what? Honestly, I didn't. I have a ladder that's in front of my house that's been sitting there for 1 year that he hasn't picked up.
Okay, let's talk to you. Salvatore, let me hear from you. First of all, did you, before your surgery, state to her, it's going to take like 6 months to settle, I'm going to give you $6,000?
Absolutely not.
Did you ever say to her you were going to take care of her?
Yes.
Okay, what did take care of her mean?
So if you take care of me and I say to you, look, thank you for doing it, I'll take care of you because when my settlement comes in, I'll give you something. Is that like a contract where I have to give you anything?
No, it's not. If the time already passed, if she had already taken care of you, and then...
No. Suppose I say it right at the beginning. I'm going to you take care of me, and I'll give you something when my settlement comes in. Do I have to give you anything? I mean, is that enough that it's a contract?
Well, if there's consideration on both ends, and...
What am I giving you? It's like, I didn't say anything. What am I giving you?
Well, if you're saying, I'm going to receive...
You're a law student, right?
I am a law student.
Where are you a law student?
I go to Berkeley.
Okay, well, that's a great school.
Thank you.
The answer is, you know what the answer is? The answer is promissory estoppel, that it's not an actual contract, but that you will do equity. How's that?
I think it depends on if she relied
University
on it.
of Chicago, going inside the courtroom.
I gave her a check for $700.
$700?
Yeah. She wasn't happy with it. She looked at me, she was going to give it back. It was like, what am I going to do with this? It is what it is. Then I gave her another $1,000 cash.
How come?
Just because, I don't know, I felt it was, just to make her happy. Leave me alone.
Then what? Because according to you, you then give her another $2,000?
Yeah, she asked me to borrow $2,000. And she promised to pay me back, and she never did. I wrote a note, she signed it.
Can I see that? Is that your signature?
Yes, it is.
So did you sign that?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes,
And have you
I
paid
did.
back that $2,000
No,
loan?
I have not.
And how come? Because you feel you shouldn't have to?
Not at all.
Okay.
In that agreement, it states that I will pay him back in December. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. On May 28th, I went to the racetrack out east. Okay?
With the $2,000?
No. We all took our kids to Riverhead Raceway. It was something that we did. It was something John's godmother did, his mother did all the time, okay? He got annoyed that I was there with his ex. On that day, he tells me, I want my money back.
So he was annoyed that you were there with his son's
mother and my children.
So he saw you there
we were all there
with his ex, and he didn't like it, so then he said, I want my money?
So on my way home, I printed out the text message from him.
He says to you on May 26th, I need you to insure my truck, please.
Right.
And then he says, you have 2 weeks to have my money.
Right.
So he expected after he gave you a $2,000 loan that you would insure his car, I guess.
Exactly.
And you told him no?
Right. And this is my point. So as soon as I told him no.
That was not the agreement. You say to him, I have the copy, so don't be a blank.
Okay, right.
I did nothing to you. He says, I don't care. I want it. There's no more text between July and December. And then in December, you say to him, I just got your message that you're coming for me. I contacted the cops already. And then so you answer him, I've called the cops. And then did you ever pay him back the $2,000?
No, he left. He left for South Carolina.
I know, but you can still pay him back, right?
I was told by him, okay, after all the money that he owed me, that was towards the $6,000.
Okay, but here's the problem. Can you prove the $6,000?
No,
right.
I can't.
So then here's what I'm left with. I'm left with stuff where people can prove it because you signed.
I agree.
So I deal in contracts, and this is a contract, you see? Now, this other stuff that you're saying, $2,716 for a list of belongings. Even according to you, you went back there several times to take them. She's not a storage room.
No, I know.
So why didn't you, when you were there with a U-Haul, take everything that you needed to take?
Because she wouldn't let me in the house. She wouldn't let me take it.
I'm sorry, the time you were there with a U-Haul, you didn't load the U-Haul?
Nope.
Did you call the police?
No.
And you say that's false, that when he was there with a U-Haul, he loaded it up?
He was at my house 3 times. She was witness to it.
How old is she?
17.
Come on up. What's your name?
Madison?
Okay, Madison, can you tell me, did you ever see him there loading up stuff?
Yes.
Was he ever loading up a U-Haul?
I personally, I didn't go outside. I was in the house at the time. I was probably on my phone or something, but he did
Of course
come inside.
you were. Right, and what?
He did come
Just
inside.
not while you're driving?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
He did come inside and he picked up most of his belongings, or as far as I saw, what he had.
Is there stuff of his that's in the carport or wherever he kept the stuff?
I haven't been in the carport, so I haven't seen it.
Seriously,
again.
nobody goes to the carport before coming to Judge Million's courtroom?
You're
killing me here.
I'm sorry. I mean, listen, everything that was in his house of mine, he got. Again, as I said.
But there might be stuff in the carport because now you want to be.
He's welcome to get it.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make an arrangement at a mutually convenient time through Officer McIntosh when you guys go back there, and we're going to see if there's anything else that's over there. We're talking about you moving out almost a year ago.
Right.
And several opportunities to go back there and get stuff. So you get what you get and you don't get upset at this point, because I don't see how you're going to prove $2,716 worth of stuff. We're going to make an arrangement now. He either shows or he doesn't.
Okay.
And when he goes, you're going to have a police escort, because I don't want a problem between you two at an arranged meeting that I arrange. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. So
that's with everything on our list to be there.
no, it's not.
All right.
Because it's been a year, and you had an opportunity to get stuff, and if she wouldn't let you, then you should have done something to get stuff, because it's looking like you might have abandoned it. You don't get to leave stuff for a year and then turn around and say, every single thing I said, it better be on there.
That's not the case,
that's not how it works.
That's not the case,
However,
though.
the $2,000 is a loan,
Okay.
and you don't get to skip on paying it. Verdict for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000.
Well, the plaintiff does prevail in this case. He was suing for $4,700. You only get $2,000 back because of that note that she signed. But, you know, it's interesting. I think most people watching this case probably feel you should not have gotten anything out of this, that you're really being very ungrateful to her. Because she really saved your butt a lot. Would you agree with that?
Maybe.
Maybe? Yeah? You're kind of nabby-pabby on your answer here. I'm sorry, but this didn't make you look very good. I hope you understand that. Okay?
Yep.
Sorry about that. You must sign a few documents out there. Geraldine, the defendant's on her way out of the courtroom. You know, I honestly, I'm sure everybody watching feels you went above and beyond for him.
I did the best that I could for somebody, but it taught me a lesson to just follow your gut instinct, and if somebody else doesn't help somebody, don't not listen to what somebody's telling you. You know.
Well, you're a good person.
I try.
All right.
I teach
Thank
my
you.
kids to be good, so.
Okay. All right. Well, you
Thank
got to
you.
give that $2,000. You know, if you didn't have that
I know.
little piece of paper.
I know. I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Thank you
Sorry
very
about
much.
that. Okay. All right, Harvey.
Doug, you got to hear what she just said to me right after.
You feel better now?
Yeah.